that G-spot is a very special place to be. So cheers to passion.
And talk about passion. Spar is very much about passion, but
Very much.
if ever there was a passionate man,
It's Gino. Cheers to that.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elvis Kraukom. Ek speel rugby vir die Kimberley Dominoes. I speel rugby for the Kimberley Dominoes. I'm the loose phone, loskakel. Good evening, at Tuesday from Hallo Caroline Mogan. Naand vir jou ook. I am a motivational speaker because I stopped to play rugby a while ago. The Kimberley Dominoes, they didn't call us for Dominoes for nothing. When the coach told us we must take up our usual positions, then we go stand behind the posts. And I was going to tell you about I didn't get a lot of time to prepare for these talks. So I just going to talk out of my mind. Life and rugby. Life is the same like rugby. It got a lot of synonyms, things what are the same. When you get the ball, then you can run for it and win, kick it and win, run, win, pass and gooi bietjie, and then when you run and druk it when what was I talking again? Life and rugby. It is like a frog. Well, hello Ansie van Westhuizen, Carly Arnold. Kyk. Hello Carly. Nice to have you. Greek. Hello Greek Kutsie. Thanks for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I was saying that life and rugby, you get a frog, and then the frog, it lands by mistake on the Venus flytraps. When the Venus flytraps, it tried to eat the frog, but it couldn't eat it because it got tiny little leaf teeth. Then when some stuff happened, then it's like life. My father, he always said to me, you can make for you a horse, but you can't drink it. And he told me one thing before he died, something that I will never forget. Opa, he said for me, and I will never forget the day. He said for me, always, never pee on an electric fence because it will make you swollen there in that place. Hello Dennis Camp. Nice to see you, Dennis. It's lekker om jou te sien. Always when we you don't have to be winning matches to be a famous rugby team. You can just ask the Stormers. When my friend Oki, He said to me, they pull him off halftime. I said, yes, sir, they pull you off. Me, they just give me a Nazis. Yes. But behind every rugby player is a woman. Like, take my wife for example. No, take her. Take her, please. Please take her. I say, my wife, she said, she crashed. The car is not running. She said the car is got water in the carburetor. I said, where is the car? She said, in the river. A woman, they say that a woman are your best friend. They lie like a trump. A woman is not your best friend. A dog is your best friend. You can do a test. You just take your wife and your dog. Then you put them in the boot of your car for like half an hour. Then you open up and you see who's still happy to see you. Dames en heren, thank you to our sponsors, Fitch Leedes, and for the drink, because I need to have a drink sometimes, because I get a bit stage fright. Hallo Tannie van Niekerk, what is your favorite try scored? My favorite try was when I tried once to kiss a girl in standard 7. And I couldn't. Then I try again next year, also in standard 7. When I can also didn't get it. Then I try last time the next year, also in standard 7. But when she left school. Vivian Trobach. Behind every rugby is a Fitch. Ja, jy wil bietjie Fitch Leedes wen. Jy kan probeer by einde van die aand. I'm going to go a competition later. Versus Fitch Leedes, I did got a cranberry. Het jy ook 'n cranberry gesien? Cranberry is when we take the berries and when we cram it in here. When it tastes lekker. Okay, Caroline Morgan, hallo Melinda Lobbeskagni. Thank you very much to Spar. Spar is lekker. Ons spar geld when you go there. That is right. Friendly Spar wherever you are. And also to Namibia. Namibia is like a Namibia, but it's not that. It's internet and it's not got a desert in it. It's like a fountain of internet. Oh, cranberry gesing. Mooi. Okay, dames en heren, welcome to Gino spot. I'm going to do song. Let me sing for the comments. Gooi 'n bietjie comments vir my en dan sing ek hulle vir jou. Gooi hom, Wees. Alright. Daar is hy. Alright. Woohoo. Hey. Hold on tight to your dream. Hold on tight, Vivian Trobach, yeah. Vanavond kan jy wen. Leanne and Miss Richie, hello everybody. Hold on tight to your dream. Danny van Niqui Cloete-Barrass. Oh, we will rock you, that's what you say. Deborah and girlfriend, say lekker man. Hold on tight to your dream. Hey, when you Melinda verskoos nog niet van wat gaan jy wen, you gonna win a whole box of Fitch Leedes, just over and over Leanne Jones. Alright, holding on your drink, that's it.
well, it's a bit of French. That's how it. Wendy Tompkins Thompson and Carol Jacobs all the way from East London says rock on every time. Oh, roll on time. Deborah Engelbrecht. Hey, when you get so down, then you're Melinda Lapachon says cheers to me every time. And you get your drinks and make sure they're topped up just over and over. And Caroline Morgan, hey, oh, Ansie van der Vesthuizen, hey, Greg Cousins in London, Vivian Trobeck says life's a bunch of chocolates. Oh, done it, hold on tight to your dream. Hey, hold on tight, done it, Kerk. Oh, vast jou lekker dan. Hold on tight. With Stephanie, Jenny Woodford Nicholson. All right. Woo-hoo. Natalie will not. Welcome, and have you got your drinks topped up? Ooh. All right, welcome, Debbie Van Vieren. Gino, we're ready for a fabulous show. I'm sure you are. We have got the most amazing guest. We have Niqui Cloete-Barrass in the studio tonight. En Gavin Greef, goeie. Ek gaan Millie so goeie. Dis lekker. I haven't done it. I was going to come for a while, but I quite like him. Okay. And Leanne, thank you. Thank you, Leanne. It was great fun. So now we've got Gino's spot tonight. Wow. Tuesday night. And COVID second wave coming in. Washing over everybody. It doesn't matter because we can stay at home and watch Gino's spot. And I can cough on you and you won't even get sick. All right, so what I'm going to on this weekend I'm actually coming up to East London. So all those guys from East London, fantastic to have you on board tonight. But tell all your friends I'm at the Guild Theatre, and they're limited tickets. So please don't loiter around. Make sure you pop and get those tickets at the Guild Theatre. From CompuTicket. I think we've got CompuTicket and we've got the Guild Theatre selling tickets too. So make sure you got it ready. I know it's a Friday and Saturday. I'm doing my new show called Fabricated, and I've even got a little advertisement that I'm going to put on right now.
Hey. My name is Justin Credible. I'm here to tune you that the truth is never what you think it is. I recently took a poll, and I found that 100% of the people in the tent were angry when it collapsed. Integrity. You can fake it. If you have a strange custom in the office, all the food has names there. Yesterday, for example, I got myself a sandwich out of the fridge, and its name was Michael. The most important thing in a relationship is trust, okay? Because if you're with a woman and you don't trust her, how do you know she's not going to tell your wife? Dating someone based on their looks is so shallow. Consider other things, like do they have a lot of money? I've got a mate who's like-minded. His girlfriend left him like-minded. I'm not an alcoholic. Alcoholics go to meetings. I'm a drunk. We go to parties. That's right. You paid for the whole seat, yeah? But for now, you're only gonna need the edge of it.
So make sure you get there to the Guild Theatre on Friday and Saturday night. This weekend. That's right. You've got a little time to plan, a little date night. It's going to be socially distanced. Everything got spared. So we're going to do half capacity of the thing. So that's why there are limited seats. So it's all lovely and safe for you. And we're going to have such a lovely time. Hello, Kathy Marsh. Lovely to have you. Hiya to you too. Hiya. And Leanne Evans Rich. Nice to have you on. Hello, Deborah Engelbrecht. Lovely to have Philippa's in a bed tonight. She's having a good laugh here behind. You know, honestly, you'd think she'd heard all my jokes by now. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight in the studio, we have with us the doyen of PE, Niqui Cloete, I've known for many, many years, and she is an incredible talent. Alistair Gillis, nice to see you, the Folk Club. I hope the Folk Club's going nice as well. Excellent. Carol Jacobs, I love you for getting those tickets. Tell all your friends as well. I know. And Charles Francois, excellent. Hello, Charles Grissel. Nice to have you on as well. Now, so we're gonna call on Niqui, but Niqui is an amazing, talented lady. She sings, she's MC, she does adverts, she's running her own business. She's got events. She does all sorts. Hello, Mike Barwood, lovely. I knew it was you. Took my somie. It was ek gewees. It was name is Michael. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the Gino Spot stage, Niqui Cloete-Barrass.
Hello.
Hello.
Gino, I love it when you don't take your medication. It makes me so happy.
You know. Can you tell?
You are a complete and utter phenomenon.
A phenomenon. Excellent. Philippa says you have to straighten your picture behind you. Your Showtime award is skew. There we go.
Is that all right, Phil? I was trying to get all those things in, but if they can't be in, then it's fine.
No, I said the one skew. She's OCD, you see.
Oh, the picture behind me.
Yes. The one's
Wait,
a bit skewed.
Phil, I can't turn
No,
around.
other
I
way
haven't
around.
done the back of my hair.
The other way around. Oh, Eula.
Hello,
I see
Eula.
Eula's online. Eula's online saying hello. Lovely.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Leanne,
Look at that, Leanne.
Yes, you know, these people, these PE people, they're lovely people, these people, they're friendly people.
Oh, they are. All my favorite people come onto your show. Now I know.
You know. No, look there. Oh, Leslie Lynch. Hello, Leslie. Lovely to have you on as well. No, Nix, so thank you and welcome and thank you for coming on. You know, we've had your name on number for a while. We've been wanting to get you on.
Oh, thanks so much. I've loved your show, and it's nice to actually be the center of attention for once, because I always get invited as a guest for other people. So I think you must have run out of ideas now.
No.
Now you're scraping the barrel.
We saved the best for last year.
Charmer.
Fernando and Janice saying hello. Hello, Janice. There's Fernando saying hello as well. Hello, Fernando.
Hello, Fernando. The last time I saw you, you had a banana on your crotch.
That's Fernando.
Yeah.
And Jane Stevenson, lovely to have you on the board as well, Jane.
Hello, Jane. Oh, Janie. Love you, Jane.
Maybe she's taking some tips for the motivational speaker. That motivational
Oh, no,
speaker.
she doesn't need any tips from me. Trust me.
Absolutely. And Alistair Gillis from the Folk Club. We've had them on as well.
El
a little while
Mapel.
Give
You've
us-
got such a nice crowd of people here, huh? Hello,
You know,
Renelle.
they are. Hello, Renelle. They are very, very nice. They are very nice. And so Niqui, let's get started. I want to find out because I've known you for a while, but I don't know the inner workings of Niqui Cloete-Barrass. You know, I want to know where you came from. You're an East London lady, are you not?
Yeah, well, high schooled in East London at Hudson Park High many years ago, and then travelled around the world a bit, working on luxury charter yachts, cleaning toilets
know that.
mainly. Yeah, no, I cleaned Sinead O'Connor's toilet.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, a couple of on Rita's vomit.
Did she have
I
a
cleaned
firm?
that up.
Did she have a firm stool?
Nothing compares to her stool.
Too good. Nothing compares to a stool.
Still.
Oh no, Renelle.
Yeah, so that was that. I travelled around, and then I settled a little bit in East London again, and then came back down to Port Elizabeth. But I've done the whole Joburg gig thing as
Okay.
well, in a broken down
Gee whiz.
combi with some drunkards. That was quite fun for a while. And
Lovely.
then, PE is my home. Hey, I love it here. I love PE.
But then where were you born? So you weren't born in East London?
No, I wasn't born. I was hatched out of a golden egg on the dark side of the moon. No, I was
word.
born in Tues.
Oh, Tues.
I was born in Tues. Yeah,
Ah.
and then we traveled around quite a lot. So I've lived just about everywhere in South Africa,
Okay.
and chosen to be here in PE to live here.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Well, I don't
Proudly.
blame you. It's very nice. And before we even get
It's
started about this, I know what everybody's wanted to know as well is about your COVID, because you've been so sick recently and you've made it through and you've survived. Tell us what
I am
happened.
a COVID survivor. I am a COVID survivor. I'm so proud. I don't
Good
know if you
Lord.
can see this. You probably can't see that. No.
No, I can
It's
see
a
it. If you
tattoo
hold
over
still,
here.
just hold it
Okay.
still. Hold it still and we can check
There?
it out. There we go. I can see it. The phoenix. A
Okay.
phoenix.
So that's my little phoenix rising from the flames. And
a chicken. Could be
I
a chicken.
actually had it. It's a foul thing to say. Now you're really going to ruffle my feathers if you carry on like that.
Stop. Stop that.
So I had this done during a rehearsals for a show that I did with Annalene Stichling a little while ago called Rise Up. And little did I
Yes.
know that this was a premonition of what was going to happen, because very shortly after that show, I was diagnosed with COVID. And then due to a couple of health issues that I'd had before, ended up in St. George's COVID ward for 4 nights. So a very surreal, scary, lonely place.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
really, really happy to have come out of there, you know.
Yeah.
So a couple
Yeah.
of stories as well.
No visitors
that I can
and
tell
no
some horror
nothing, eh?
stories and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, and I know you were talking about it at the time when you actually thought, hell, this is it. Like it's
Yeah.
you know, can't breathe, can't do
I mean,
this.
you look, my friends know me that I am a little bit of a drama queen, generally speaking. But when it comes to things like illness and stuff, I'm a tough
Yes.
cookie. You know, that's not where
Okay.
I do the drama. I strap my big girl panties on and I just pretend everything's fine until it is. But this was something else. Lying there, especially on night 2 out of 4,
Oh,
and
man.
listening to other patients, especially the ICU patients, listening to
Yo,
a lot of horrible sounds, screaming,
Wheezing.
and people who couldn't breathe and everything. And I couldn't breathe. I literally had no energy. I didn't even have the energy to push the button to call the nurse to tell her that I didn't have enough oxygen. And I
holy
lay there
crap.
thinking, this is how it's going to end, you know.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
A lot of things go through your mind at that point, and there was not a single moment where I thought, I wish I'd made more money. I wish I'd driven a better car. I wish I'd,
Yeah.
worn a different. I didn't even think I wish I'd lost weight, because that's normally
Yeah.
what's my first wish thing of everything. It's
Yes.
I wish I could lose weight. I didn't even care about that. I just thought,
Oh, no.
please let me just get out of here alive, because I haven't spent enough time with the people that I love, and I haven't
Yes.
said all the things that I wanted to say. And it sounds like
Yes.
a bad Hallmark card, but that was really the situation on night 2. And then lucky
Yeah.
for me, I got better from there and came out
Yeah.
a little while
Okay,
ago. Yeah.
okay. Wow, that is hectic, and well done on that, because that takes to dig deep, you know. I know that.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Geraldine's
And I mean, my husband was at home with COVID as well, man down. So my 12-year-old son, Daniel, was running the household. He was literally doing all the washing, the chores, making sure that my husband took his medication, feeding dogs.
Yes.
So he's the hero in the story. And then
Yeah,
also
yeah.
just a whole lot of people who just came through with the most amazing support. Michelle Brown and our V sisters came through with meals every single day. There were a good couple of other friends of mine as well who dropped off meals and came and checked up on Daniel. The school was amazing, checking up on him.
Yeah.
Just people came out of the woodwork and helped us, and it was
Yeah, yeah.
really amazing to see that.
You were talking earlier about your V squad. What is it? The
V sisters, yeah.
V
now
sisters.
The V sisters is 12 years ago. Des and Dawn Lindbergh came to
Yes.
Port Elizabeth, and they started a vagina monologues show. well, they didn't start it, but they put on the famous vagina monologues here. And there were a group of women that Michelle Brown got together for the show. Some of us professionals, some not. We all bonded over this incredible show. And we've remained friends since then for 12 years.
Okay.
And
Gee
to
whiz.
this day, we still see each other and we keep in touch. And this was now my vagina sisters were the ones that came through.
that's-
There was a rota that was
Excellent.
organized, and every single day they came and dropped off these gourmet meals for my son and for my
Man.
husband while I was in the hospital. Yeah, no, you can't believe it.
That-
And I mean, there was them, and there were a good few other people that did the same thing.
Yeah.
Just
Amazing,
awesome
you
to
know,
know that
next-
people care, you know.
Yes, and those groups of friendships as well are can be so important. There's Natalie Wilmot saying hello. Well done, Daniel.
Hello, Nats. Yeah, Daniel was a star. Shame.
I see Greg Wilmot in the valley here riding his bicycle these days. You know, I hope he's still riding.
Oh,
And
you
then-
lucky. He looks good on a bike, eh?
Yeah, you know. Well, I had a look.
Nats wouldn't mind me saying so. I wouldn't mind being behind him on a bicycle.
But those groups of friends are so important. And we were talking about the strumpets. I had the strumpets on a little while ago, and they're also a group of
Yes, I
friends.
love the strumpets.
Yes, Carol Jean and Lisa and of course
the
Claire and the
tots.
whole lot, and Nikki. So I mean, those guys are all it's those support groups and those relationships. And like you were saying, you don't think
Yeah.
about the money, you don't think about the job, you don't think all that
No.
stuff. It's all crap. It's actually relationships
so
that are the
true,
most
yeah.
important.
And Gino, you know, you and I both have had quite an experience with this Corona thing, being in the entertainment industry. When events just suddenly stopped, our income stopped. You know, 1, 2, 3, boom, and we out of a job basically.
Yes,
Fortunately, you and I have both been quite creative about reinventing ourselves and being able to make a bit of a living. But the point there is that I was so worried before I got this Corona thing. It was all about how am I going to pay the bills? Is my career over? Is it ever going to be back to like it was? You know, people are going to forget about me. And that really wasn't even an issue when I was lying there. That wasn't the thing that I was thinking about. I was thinking, I want to walk on the beach with my son. You know, I want to have lots and lots and lots of sex with my husband. And I hope he's not going to watch this because I might change my mind after the whole thing dies down. You know,
going to say. That's not going to last long. Classic.
So
No, you're
the
right.
thing is that we are who we are, and our lives will continue. They may not be the same, but they will continue, and we learn things and we grow, and we've got to just keep going, you know.
Of course, and you know, you sometimes get stuck in these routines, and I know a lot of people will relate. But when you go through something like this, then you know you realize what's actually important, and the fact that you can actually stop and start again. You know, you can go in a completely different direction if you want to. There's no rules. There are no rules.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to offer my services as a supermodel, which is something that I've always thought I wouldn't do. And
maybe
then
I can
you know,
join
my
you.
bucket list, I'm also you know, a hammock tester is on the list of careers that I'd like to try out.
That's a good one. It's a camel tester.
Who says you can't reinvent yourself at 48?
You know, exactly. I forgot that you were younger than me, you bitch. Oh,
Am
2
I?
years you got on me. Yeah, I'm 50.
Oh, but you
I
can
can't
see
even
it, man. You can see it.
Yeah,
I
I
look
know you
so
can
much
see it. Look
fitter
at
and
me.
stronger than you do.
God.
You look terrible, Gino. You know that. All that makeup and wigs and stuff.
Feel it. You don't know what it's like to be. You don't know what it's like to be 2 years older than you.
You know what? You look fabulous, and I bet you it's because you preserved Fitch and Leedes. What do I win? What do I
Oh,
win?
you know, I just preserved by what's inside the Fitch and Leedes.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, my
The
soul.
Fitch and Leedes. The
No,
bitch that
okay.
leads.
Yeah, yes. Now, tell me, Nix. So when did you get into music for the first time? Were you a musician first, a singer first, an actress first? What did you get into?
Interesting, yeah. I mean, I've always enjoyed singing. My dad was a musician, but I never really thought about doing it as a career because you don't make any money. And I was going to be a lawyer, and I got a scholarship to study law through Rhodes. And I did my first year, did quite well. Yeah, Rhodes, grand stuff.
Yeah, full on, bro.
And the 2 days of those 4 years that I remember were great. But I so my scholarship was for everything. I mean, literally paid for everything. But unfortunately, in my second year, I had to choose between performing arts and law because they clashed. And I had to make a decision now. Am I going to follow my dream of being a performer, or am I going to go for the safe choice where my parents are going to be very happy because we didn't have money for the fees? And I made the decision to carry on with the drama and drop the law. And that forced me to get work singing in restaurants and performing so that I could pay for my books and my food and whatnot. I had to take a student loan out for the fees. So that's literally, I started singing for my stupper because of that. But my main passion was always theatre. I love theatre. I love the stage. I love acting.
Yes.
And the music just kind of happened because... Oh, thanks. You know, you're not bad yourself, Gino.
So, I tend to do better in one sort of genre.
We all have our lanes. We have our lanes.
No, yes,
you just happen to have a
multi
6-lane highway that you can fit onto. And the rest of us are trudging on our little farm road.
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know.
No, so that was that, yeah. So we and the music happened, and I did my honours degree in theatre at Rhodes. Never ever looked back. So that's how it all started. I have an honours degree in performing arts.
I was at UPE doing a BA, and I did languages, which is the closest I could get at UPE to a theatre.
Yeah.
So I did Xhosa and City,
But Gino, weren't you were in life insurance and health insurance and all that?
I did
before
medical
you
aid.
Made it.
I did.
Yes, that's right. I remember you tried to sell me something once.
I did. Yes, I did medical aid for 18 years along with my music. But I mean, it was just to.
And little did you know that you would need medical aid at a later stage.
I know, and especially now, you know.
Yes, you need a lot of medics and a lot of aid.
It's funny how it's in your head, and like you said, when you mentioned your folks telling you, that your music, because our folks probably the similar age, and that age group's like, oh, music, you'll never make any money out of it, and so there was always that in your head.
My mom was very supportive. I mean, my mom, everybody who knows me. My hero is my mom, Niqui Cloete, and she always said to me. Yeah, people know my mom. She's a hippie angel. You'll find her on the beach barefoot. She's awesome. She always said to me, you got to do what you love. You've got to do what you love. You'll never be happy. So I never got pressure from her to go the other route. She was always very supportive. She's my biggest fan. No matter what happens, if I really bomb out or whatever, she'll tell me that my ear looked really nice, So
mothers are like that. They will. The mothers always.
Yeah. So I was lucky in that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
And then so was this in East London? Roomy, you're so damn funny. Roomy.
Oh, that's my roomie room. That's Nicole Harris and Haley Jonker. Oh, all my East London buddies now. These were all my friends. I can't tell you all the stories that we enjoyed. You would not believe some of the stories. Slummy's buddies are the best.
They are indeed. And I don't know. When you were in East London, I mean, what were you doing there? Were you doing shows there? Music?
Yeah, we were doing a couple of shows and things, Amdram stuff, amateur theatre. But I was working at the Health and Racket Club as a physical trainer.
Oh,
I've done a lot of weird jobs. I've been a strawberry picker. I've been a perfume door-to-door fake salesperson. I've had some weird jobs. At that time, I was actually. I never got to do that, no. But some weird things that I did, And in East London, that was that. It was the white tracksuit at 5 a.m. opening up the gym.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Gee whiz,
believe me.
The white tracksuit with the tan. So did you get that red and white together, 80s?
We had that. And because Numbers Dance Club was right next door to the Health and Racket Club. So I used to go straight from Numbers Dance Club to the Health and Racket Club.
Of course. Numbers on the beachfront.
Remember it?
Yes. Absolutely, I do. And the new Numbers as well. There was Darren, the late great Darren Mildenhall was there.
Oh, remember those? Yeah, that name rings such bells.
He was.
So those were the Slummies days, and before I went overseas.
Okay.
And but my career in entertainment really started with Gary Hemmings.
Oh, yes,
oddly enough,
indeed.
center stage, because I came to Port Elizabeth. I knew nobody. And I was gigging in a little restaurant, tiny little Indian restaurant in Parliament Street, making very little money. And nobody would give me a chance because they didn't know me. You know how it is when people don't know you. So Epi and the boys were the ones that gave me a chance to come on stage with them for a show or two. And then Gary heard about that and he booked me for a gig, but he never met me. I didn't know him. Phoned me one day and he said, would you go to Adelaide with Fernando Angeleri? I said, yeah, I'll go, but it's going to cost you. Because of the travel, I'm going to have to charge 150 Rand. And he was like, it was silence on the phone. And he said, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to pay you 150 Rand for this gig. And I thought, oh, what a bastard. He's one of those guys that just wants to suck performers dry. He said, I'm going to have to add on a naught to that because I refuse to pay you 150 Rand. So that was my first introduction to the corporate world of entertainment here. Gary saying to me, no, I'm not going to pay you that. I'm adding a naught. And it was upwards from there. I worked with Centre Stage, obviously, for many, many happy years.
Yes.
And then branched off into Boost, which is my company that I'm owning now.
Oh, there we go. There's a Centre Stage bunch.
Wins. Happy days. Wendy used to pin me into my costumes when I got too fat.
Yeah. She still pins me in too. I see that must have been rocking down memory lane. This is
Jeez, remember that with Jill Stewart and Martin Bester?
Yes.
Look at that. Oh, wow.
And Donovan, a very young Donovan Hutton. And Andre.
That was before he started wearing shoes.
Yes, hey? Yes. He was.
And there's Andre van. Yes. Oh, look at Andre. And Melvin Matthews.
Melvin.
And Cindy and Loreen. Such fond memories.
And Alison.
What were those days?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, they're the divas. Donna Africa and Bully G. Bully and I would both be. Oh, my goodness. If only we'd known we had such great bodies, then we'd stop moaning about them.
Oh, there's
look at us. Weren't we fabulous, eh?
That's Tara.
Look at us.
And
Tara, Donna, Bully. Oh, look at that. Look at how sexy we were. Bully's still sexy.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
You all are.
Wow.
And look at that. That's Donna and Denzel Africa. And
Denzel Africa.
Yeah.
The King of Soul. We did that. That was the Motown show that we did.
Yes, the Motown show. That must have been 1998 or so. Oh, and look who there.
Oh,
look
my goodness. There's Daryl Nell. Daryl Nell. He was my partner in crime from school days. Hey?
Oh, yes.
He and I used to do children's shows together. Oh, no, Daryl! Oh, my goodness. What a surprise. This is amazing to see you.
Hello, you wonderful people.
Oh, this guy. Everybody needs to know. This guy, Daryl Nell, he basically invented theatre.
You've always had a way with words.
Oh, no, this is the ultimate thespian. He was the igniter of so many careers here in Port Elizabeth. You are. And he made so many people look good on stage. The ultimate thespian lesbian. He loves women. But when I see you, Daryl, I remember that Scottish play. Are we allowed to say it now?
Yes.
Eh? Macbeth. Daryl did a rock opera of Macbeth. And that was one of the highlights that I've never enjoyed a show so much in my life. That was amazing.
I do believe I was in that show.
Yeah.
I was in that show.
Gino was on the drums in that show.
I was.
That's right, you were. And Anton Karlitz.
Yes, and Cliffy Kleb. It was a fantastic show.
Gino, you were still behind the scenes then on the drums.
I was behind the
kept
scenes.
Him in
I was
the dark
doing
behind the scrum.
Playing, yes, Bullet in the Blue Sky. That was what I remember. We did Bullet in the Blue Sky and that drum thing in the beginning.
And Mo Barnard with that beautiful voice of hers singing that song. I'll never forget that.
Oh, incredible.
Our buddy Mo.
That was
Marilise is amazing. Marilise
and
is
you
amazing.
shaved your head.
She is. I shaved. You made me shave my head. Oh, yes, and you poured pig blood all over me. Daryl Nell also, for those of you watching, is I've probably, what do you call it? Synthesized? No? I have faked having sex with you more than anyone else on the stage.
Yeah, it was good
What is
for
the
me.
word I'm looking for? We just seemed to be in show after show after show where we were either married or seeing each other, and we had to kiss and simulate sex so many times.
Well, we did a show called Sex, Love and Dirty Cutlery. Remember that?
Yes, at Rhodes.
Yes.
You wrote that show.
Well, we all kind of wrote it. And then
No, I'm not taking any responsibility for that.
Well, there was Oh Dad, Poor Dad, Mama's hung you in the closet and I'm feeling so sad. We did that one too.
With Adrian Paulson.
That's right, and Callum. Yeah, that was a great piece too.
Ah. So now, Daryl, you're in England now.
Yes, I am in very sunny, warm England.
And what are you?
It's raining.
You're a drama, a head of department or some. What are you, head of some drama school of some sort?
It's an international school, and I look after the performing arts at the school. Yeah, that's what I do. Yes.
He's a clever lad, this Daryl, I'm telling you.
But yeah,
I'm so excited to see you.
It's lovely to see you guys. And Gino and Gary, it's just a big thank you to keep us connected with these online shows. It's been wonderful.
It's great fun.
So
I love it. I love it. It's a reconnection show, and we use it like that often. So I'm so glad to be able to get you on as well. Daryl, you were also in East London with Niqui for many years.
Yes.
And then you also came to PE.
Long time ago. Many years ago.
Yes.
Many kilos ago.
and so I don't know if you've got any stories that you got about Niqui to embarrass her or at least jog her memory.
I would never embarrass Miss Barrass. She's a lady, you know.
Oh yes.
Who said that?
That's
I read
a
it
lie.
in a Kathy's bubblegum thing. No. Yeah, we did a really broad range of shows, and we travelled a bit. And Something Cheeky was a wonderful piece of theatre that Gary generously supported with. Actually, it was Niqui was the one who kind of got me going in PE, so I was very grateful for that.
Good.
Was I?
Yeah, you were pretty important. You and Robin, you guys were great to kind of get me going there.
I think it was more the other way around, but thanks, I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, I have just scattered memories of us doing all sorts of weird things. We did a kiddies show like 100 years ago called The Adventure.
You made me pose for the newspaper with a carrot.
Yes, we didn't position
Where was the
You
carrot?
made me do that. No, it was in my hand, but I mean, the things that Daryl got me to do, nobody else would ever have gotten me to do. If he'd asked me to do porn, I probably would have seen it as an act of humanity. I don't know how you got me to do this thing.
We did a show at the festival a long time ago called "The Songs My Lover Stole." Do you remember that delightful song that you sang, Niqui?
About
I don't know if you should sing it now.
Song about the cat.
Yeah.
I remember that my gran came to see that show, and she said, "What was that song all about the pussycat? How could you have a whole song about a pussycat?"
It was an extended metaphor, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that was crazy.
My
We did some high culture as well. We toured with poetry programs too, so that was
Ooh.
yes.
Oh, how
did.
very.
He said, she said. May I? Said he. Yes, remember that. Oh, remember. I know what we're going to say. Remember the one where our poor spouses had to sit through that. What was that play where it was what?
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 What did
I didn't say anything.
No, I said what?
I said what? I
What do
said
you
it
mean?
first.
What do you mean you said it first?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean? What now? Anyway, the show went on for about 2 hours.
God.
Just like that.
Oh, my
Oh,
soul.
my God. Dion and LJ used to come to rehearsals and sit there and just drink because they just couldn't cope with us doing this thing for hours on end.
But we never drank.
drama.
We don't drink,
Oh, they were
darling.
amazing. No, not anymore. No.
No, not at all.
less.
Nothing.
I remember dancing on the tables with you at the Hard Rock Cafe in Bloemfontein.
Yes. Oh my goodness! I remember. Didn't I twist my ankle that night? I'm sure. I've got memories of you having to hold me up, or maybe it was nothing to do with my ankle at all.
That was just the wine.
Oh dear.
Ah, Daryl,
Good
I miss
fun.
you.
Yes. But Daryl, thank you, man. I'm glad we got an opportunity to just surprise you a little bit with something, Nix.
Ah, that
And I
was
know
the
that you
best
had-
surprise ever.
Well, all the best to all of you down there at the bottom of Africa. We miss you all.
Absolutely, and
Oh, miss you
and
too,
to the
Daryl.
boys
Come
and Laura
home.
Jane.
Yeah.
Will do.
To Laura
guys.
Jane and the boys, say cheers and lots of love. That's Daryl now, all the way
Oh,
from England
Gino,
for
you
you.
sneaker. How cool was
I'm
that?
clever,
That
eh?
was amazing.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
wow.
that's great. No, it's, and
Beautiful.
Daryl, of course, amazing couple. We miss them. We miss them lots here in PE and in.
They were good
Back
friends of
home.
yours as well. And you used to play squash
Yes.
with Daryl, huh?
Indeed, and all sorts. The boys also grew up a bit together as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
they were similar
Ah,
ages
what a
as well.
family.
But
What a family.
But yeah, so after Daryl, that was with Daryl then, and you had something cheeky and that sort of stuff. Then that sort of come to PE. That sort of started to come to PE, and then I know that I met
Yeah.
you with Epi and the boys. Epi and the boys had come down from Velcom. They were also new to PE, and they won on the Go Show, or they came second on the Go Show, or best band.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And then they were playing at Mauro's restaurant.
Yes.
They had a regular
did
gig
you
at
go?
Mauro's in Newton Park. And they
Yes,
got me
yes.
up on stage one night to sing some horrible song that I sang. And they were drunk enough to think I was okay. And that's how it started.
Oh, classic! Because I know that they got hold of me in the same way. They just come up to say, "Listen, yeah, I heard you can play a little bit of percussions. Can you come play with us too?" And I thought, I've never played percussion, but we'll give it a go. You know, I had a set of congas, and that's where I met you. And it was amazing. I mean, Nix, you really, there were a few vocalists that worked with us, including Joanne as well, and Shireen
Yes.
also sang with us too. But I think
Yeah.
you were the first one that came in, and you had such
Yeah,
confidence.
I remember. Oh, thanks. I really enjoyed playing with you guys. And I remember thinking to myself how lucky you were, Gino, specifically, to be on drums behind me when I had such a lovely bum in those days.
You know, yeah, hot ass. That's right. Yeah, that. In fact, Fernando pointed it out to me.
Frequently. Yes.
Look at the bum.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that bum, eh? Look at that. Eh? He said to me,
Laura Jane
hey,
said
you know,
that.
hey, you know it. You can sing. Eh? But you
can
don't have
sing,
to. You can just stand there and play the tambourine with your bum.
That sounds exactly like the Epi and the boys. Very funny.
Oh, that's
And so I mean, with
lovely.
Epi, that was a start. That's when I met you. But then we obviously did. I think my first center stage gig was also with you at Tabanchu Sun. We did something there.
Yes. That's
Yes,
right.
you-
We did the
you
rock
kind of took-
down memory lane or some.
You took me in like a little chicken, like a mother hen. I remember that.
Oh, did I nestle you to my bosom?
did, to the bosom.
Motorboat
You
you.
nestled me to
Brrr,
your-
I've been known. Oh,
You did, and it was great fun, and I've learned a lot, and I think in those early days you learn a lot about confidence, and you already had it. I mean, you'd already done quite a few gigs, and you were into it. But yourself and Epi, definitely, and to a later degree, Melvin Matthews as well, had an impact
the
on me
great
because
Melvin.
you could see that I think that my very first gig, I think Epi and I went up to Joburg with you. In fact, now that I remember that, I did my Italian
Probably.
stuff.
Oh,
We had a
yes,
high-
we did. It was the three of us. We
Yes.
did. Yes,
Yes.
you were wasted just sitting behind the drums because as talented as you are behind them, I mean, who knew what was to come? And talk
Yes.
about confidence. I've never met anybody more confident than you. So if I had anything to do with that, I'm very proud of myself.
No, you definitely did. Definitely did. And I think, and so I mean, after the Epi, you started doing your own stuff, and I know that was pretty much the beginnings of Boost then.
Yeah, so I was, I mean, I had many years of experience with Centre Stage, which stood me in good stead. But there came a time, obviously, that I needed to go out onto my, do my own thing. And I started Boost, which was essentially, I called it Boost Creative Solutions because I had no idea what it was going to turn out to be. So I thought, just add the creative solutions, and if it ends up being hammock testing, then that's okay. So, but I started doing one-woman cabaret shows, voiceovers, writing ads, writing for DVDs, that sort of thing, and just doing whatever I could. And fortunately, I hit a bit of a niche in the corporate world, and since then have developed Boost into much more than me. It's now an entertainment company that offers solutions for corporate events, from a whole carnival crew, fire dancers and stilt walkers, and the most incredible people, all the way through to wonderful musicians and classical musicians, jazz musicians, dancers. So my mission for Boost is just to try and find that connection between the corporate world that has the budget for entertainment and local performers, so that the corporate world is not paying for Joburg and Cape Town performers to come down here, and then our guys are leaving here to go there. There's a gap that they need to meet, and that's, we've got such talent here, and we've got the companies that have the budgets, and I wanted to join them, very much like what Gary's been doing for years and years with Centre Stage as well, providing the quality of corporate entertainment so that companies don't need to go elsewhere. And that's very much still my mission. Yeah. And
there we go. There's a little picture of
there's a couple of my guys you can see. There's the old Roland Gaspar. I've got some amazing comedians and speakers as well, motivational speakers. There's my face painting. You can see, if you look on the right-hand side bottom, you'll see that strange creature with paint and the headdress. That is Luke Rudman. He's I call him the human canvas, but his work has been picked up by Greenpeace, and he's traveling all over the place now as one of their ambassadors, using recycled material.
Yes, I was going to say, it looks like he's
Unati,
picked up some of that plastic in the sea, and he's made something there.
That's exactly. He's got these sea monsters, he calls them, that are absolutely amazing. Picked up from the beach, that he creates into these things. And then you've got the fire dancers. You've got there's Brendan Peel at the bottom left. Yes, he's of course no stranger to anybody. He's traveling all over the world now as a mentalist magician. And my psycho soldiers, the break dancers there at the bottom. Fix Mahola there in the sort of top right. He's one of the most amazing MCs and performers. So I've been so fortunate to have been able to connect with these people.
That was Shireen Ferreira there in the top, wasn't it?
Shireen there up there as the hero mime. Yeah, she's incredible as a dancer and choreographer as well. But I mean, there are a lot of people missing from this picture. People like Mo Barnard, who have been amazing as cabaret, Afrikaans and English cabaret. She's been writing Afrikaans plays that have won awards. She's an incredible performer. Then, of course,
she's a hard worker, Marlies. And
let's talk about Mo for a second. Yes. Mo and I go way, way, way back. I mean, we've done shows for many, many years, and she's one of the people that I've probably learned the most from. She's that voice of hers, and just the way that she commands an audience is just beautiful. And then Annalene Stichlin.
Mo was doing vocals with Mandy Gurr originally as well.
Yeah, that's right. She was a good friend of Mandy's.
Yes.
So, and then Annalene Stichlin, I keep saying, she and I also go way back. We've done many shows together, including the Midlife Chronicles, which has become a bit of a thing amongst middle-aged menopausal women. We've got our following,
Yes. Tell me about that.
And we started, Annie and I, we've been really good buds, for years. She happens to also be incredibly talented as a vocalist and performer. But we used to sit around on the couch, drink wine, eat chocolate, and talk nonsense. And shows came out of it. We would bemoan the state of our memories and our mammaries and our fat, wobbly thighs. And, eating chocolates, asking, why do we have to be fat? What's wrong with the world? And going into this menopausal stage, have some more wine, dear. and we decided to just create a show out of it called the Midlife Chronicles, which was a celebration and lamentation of the dilapidation of the body, soul, and mind in midlife.
Oh man, that is something that Gary
So-
would just love.
Well, yes, Gary's too
He
old
loves
for
those
it. It's for people entering midlife.
No, I'm talking about the
So-
title. That's his type of title.
Oh yeah, he loves subtitles. He does.
Yes, he does.
So she and I started this brand of the Midlife Chronicles through Boost, and we did 3 shows. We did one, it sold out. We did the second installment, and we did the third one. We can't do any more now because it's really, we've milked it to death. But from that, our friendship grew and our performance relationship grew, and we just recently closed a show at 1933 called Rise Up,
Yes.
which was about rising out of the whole corona lockdown situation, trying to find the positive in this negative situation the world is in, and looking for inspirational songs and things to lift us out of it. So, and
That
that
was the
went really
Phoenix.
well. We sold out with that too. That
The
was
Phoenix.
the Phoenix, the tattoo.
Yes.
That was what we were rehearsing at the time. So, so yeah, she's been one of my favorite performers. And then Faye Gatley as well. Faye and I've done
Faye.
a number of shows together. She's so talented, unbelievably
What is it,
talented.
50
girl.
Shades of Eve?
50 Shades of Eve that Mo, Faye, and I did together. We did a whole spoof thing about the 50 Shades of Grey, which also we did 2 installments of. And then someone else I need to mention is Leandra Grobler. Lee Grobler, who is now with Letters from Jane. She and Michelle have got the 2-girl band. They just did the Fleetwood Mac tribute recently, which I missed because I was in hospital. But Lee and I have also go way, way back. She's been unbelievable as a technical person, and then as a performer in her own right. And we've done a couple of shows together. We did a Pink tribute last year, and I feel like if she's not behind the sound desk, I'm nervous for any of my
Leandra,
shows.
She's amazing and such a talented lady. I mean, all sorts of plays guitar and was the band, and
She's amazing.
and then amazing sound
Vocals,
as well.
harmonies.
But Maralise Boyens is also here today.
Moki! Ah! My friend! Oh, I haven't seen you!
You?
I haven't seen you for too long. You make me cry now.
So,
Moki, I'm so...
Good evening, Mo. It's nice to have you on the show as well.
how you love?
Oh, man.
I'm fantastic. It's always better for seeing you, Maralise. And whenever I see
I'll forget my
Maralise, I think
friend.
of
It's been too long.
I think of Austin Powers, because we did Austin Powers together.
It's bra that got you.
The what? The what?
Big bra.
The big bra.
The red bra. I did. Yeah, I love that. Oh my word! Yes, Maralise was. I was Dr. Evil and Austin Powers. Dr. Evil and Austin Powers, baby. And she was.
Who could forget?
How?
Caroline!
Pauline. I was very harsh, Nick. You should have seen me. You would have been proud.
I saw you. I was proud. You were scary.
I'll never forget. I must tell you a story though, Niqui, as well, and Maralise will remember, I'm sure. In Grahamstown at the festival, we did like Austin Powers shows, like there was no tomorrow, and we were doing costume changes, like running backstage and changing, and then like hitting back on the stage and changing, and I was getting changed backstage, and I was in my underpants, and all of a sudden I see a wig fall underneath the curtain at the stage door. And I'm like, what is that wig doing there? And then I realized it was actually Maralise's head because she'd fallen down the stairs.
Yeah. And you know, Niqui, I was so full the next day. Okay, it was a bad fall. But what happens when I get off stage? Gary recorded it and he's got it on replay. And they're missing himself.
That's how Gary, eh? Such a sympathetic soul.
Oh, that is so typical
Well,
as
listen,
well.
that's actually, you know what? That's not a bad, that's karma for you. Because remember what you did to me on stage when I fell off my bar stool. Let me tell you the
What?
story, Gino.
Tell
This
me.
bitch. We were doing a show, and Colin Lyle was in it, which is another person that I just
Oh, I love him.
absolutely love and have gone back many, many years. Colin and Mo and I, we've got such history. I love the guy.
Yeah.
But he was on stage with us as well. And I told a joke earlier on that fell completely flat and nobody laughed. And so a little bit after that, I tried to sit on the bar stool and I sat skew and I fell off on the stage and everybody hosed. So the following time I tried to tell a joke and nobody laughed, my friend, who is so sweet and kind, on the microphone says, "Why don't you fall off your chair again?" They laughed at that because your jokes aren't working.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. There's Austin Danger Powers. That's two of me
Oh,
there.
Wait, we
And
can't
that's-
see. What are you looking at?
On the screen there. Can you see it?
We can't.
I don't know if you
No,
can see
we
it.
can't see.
Oh, okay.
No,
No,
it's
oh,
all
dear.
about.
but it's very
I don't know if it's come.
Can,
It's the Austin Powers picture there. I've got Austin Powers, and I've got there's Marlies in the front. There's Donna Mae, I think, Tara,
yeah.
and there's two of David Glover and two of me, and then Tillette in the back. I think.
David,
correct.
Yeah.
Gino, do you know when we did Les Mis at Tillerton earlier in the year?
Yes.
The little Colette was Donna Mae's daughter.
Oh, no ways. Wow. That's how old
Yeah.
we are. There we go.
That's how old we
my
are.
soul. Can't believe it.
sad.
No, but Marlies,
Yes.
another thing that I remember so fondly about you and I is that
Yeah.
whenever we're on the stage, Mo and I have this thing about where I tend to forget the words to songs, and then she's singing the next line, which has to rhyme with whatever I've decided to throw out there. So,
Yes.
I mean, I'll forget the line and I'll throw something ridiculous out like, "I love you like a flame under a rock on Tuesday." And then her line coming up has to rhyme with that. And
With
Tues Bob,
Tuesday.
every single time she finds a way. But the way that she looks at me on stage with those big blue eyes fills with absolute terror.
And this is one Christmas show where we both just corpsed because of
We
that.
actually couldn't hold it in anymore.
Oh, no.
If we could actually write down a few of the lines that we've used on stage, nobody would believe us.
Oh man, oh no, but that only comes with history, you know, and that's fantastic. I know,
Oh, yeah.
and Mo and I have had some moments ourselves. I know that.
Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes, Gino.
I know, and I remember once at the Guild Theatre doing Austin Powers where Cliffy and I were doing, Cliffy Kleb and myself were doing a slow motion fight, and Cliffy was just so insane. He ripped everything apart. My microphone, I had a headset microphone that was hanging around my privates, and eventually he was. I don't want to describe what he was doing to me, but Marlies came. Marlies came on stage to do the next line, and I turned around, and my microphone was halfway across my eyes, and my pants were half down, and my jacket was off, and she just looked at me and said, "I'm going," and she went off stage. I can't handle
She was
this.
having none of it.
No, she
Well,
was
you
having
know,
none of
Not
this.
having it.
Sometimes there are no words, Gino.
No. So, yeah. Oh my word! But thank you, Marlies. I just thought we'd surprise her.
Lovely to see you. Nikki, enjoy.
Lovely to
Moki.
see you, man.
Love you.
Ciao.
I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you. Cheers.
I'm sure you'll get together soon. She's immune. She's uninfected now, you know.
Bulletproof. Yes. Oh, it's so good
Bulletproof
to see
now.
Moki again. Hey? Moki.
know,
Oh,
isn't it?
I love that girl. She's so talented.
She is. She's an absolute honey as well. I mean, and it's funny you spoke about Colin Lyle, because Colin Lyle used to babysit me when I was small.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no, crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Banjo player.
Colin is a legend. Colin and I actually met through Fleetwood Mac, in fact. I can't even remember who said. He was looking for a vocalist just to jam with, and I was looking for a guitarist. And somebody said, oh, you guys should have a coffee. And we met at the boardwalk. And the first thing he said to me is, what's your favorite band? And I said, Fleetwood Mac. And he said, okay, I think we're going to get on fine. And that was his favorite as well. And since then, I mean, we've had many moments on stage together. And I love the guy.
Absolutely.
Love him.
Okay, next, well, let's have a look now at my last few questions that I've got for you. The one, obviously, your proudest moments, and then I want your worst gig as well.
Oh, okay, I'm going to keep that one short. But my proudest moments, I'm very happy to say that I've had many, many proud moments. I've had the pleasure of sharing a stage with Janez Vermeulen from Top Billing. We co-emceed a Reach for a Dream function, and he was incredible as a co-MC. I got to feel his abs, and
so
he got to root around trying to feel my abs. No, I didn't get to feel his ass. I really wish I had. That's a regret now that I'll carry with me. I was on stage with Elvis Blue for a while. And of course, PJ Tandeka Powers. I got to open for her at a Jenny Galt event. Jenny's opened many doors for me. Amazing people I've performed with. She's been awesome. She's my jewelry sponsor, but she's my wonderful friend as well. As is incredible. Jax from Jax Hair, Busy Being Fab. She's my hair sponsor. Jax, everybody knows.
Oh, it's looking very nice. You've got a little bit
thank
of
you, darling.
Latin American going on there. Very nice.
Thank you, darling. But I must say, I think my proudest moment of all was when Derek Watts from Carte Blanche was booked to do a road show here, and he was doing a whole national tour. And he did the Joburg and the Cape Town and the Durban legs, and he was due to come to Port Elizabeth and do this road show with one of the motor for the motor industry function. And he got sick, and I don't know how it happened or who told who what, but I ended up filling in for him on the PE leg of his road show, and that was a hell of a thing to try and fill his shoes. And I had no way of trying to be him, trying to compete. I mean, there was just no way. So I opened my function, my leg of it, just saying I really wanted to thank Derek so much for filling in for me in Joburg, Cape Town, and Durban, and thank you so much for that. I'm back now. So that was a very proud moment. And apparently he heard about that and he found that quite funny, which I was chuffed about.
He's a nice chap,
so those are the highlights.
Yes, now I want the crappiest gig ever, because those are always the good stories.
Okay, well, I've had a couple of crap gigs where literally you walk out of the toilet onto a stage where, they can hear the toilet flush. I've had a few of those where you've had to get dressed under a table. And that's kind of a thing. I've had, but I think the worst have been the ones that have been self-inflicted. Where, for example, the first time I ever did a function for Mission Vale Care Centre, and that was many years ago because I've had a lovely relationship with them since then, but I had no idea at that point. I was new to Port Elizabeth. I didn't know who Sister Ethel was. Can you believe it? I mean, everybody knows who Sister Ethel is. And I was the MC, and I hadn't done my homework. And I had rushed from one gig to the next, as sometimes you do. And I got given these notes, and I came on stage and I did an entire introduction for Sir Ethel, because the abbreviation was SR.
Yes.
And I spoke about he, her, him, his. I turned Sister Ethel into Sir Ethel for about a 20-minute bio introduction until somebody eventually walked onto stage, tapped me on the shoulder and said, "It's Sister Ethel, you pillock." So that was probably the most embarrassing moment.
Well, it's lucky with Sister Ethel because she wouldn't have minded. She's fine.
Oh, she was such a sweetheart about it. She always pretends to have forgotten. She pretends not to remember. And then I've had a few humdingers as well in the corporate world where, when you've got a specific brand and they've got a very clear competing brand in the industry. And so you say
yes.
to yourself over and over again, do
Don't
not
say that.
mention don't say that name. And over, having kept on saying that name until the MD eventually just walked out of the function. So that was fun. Yeah, they were supposed to sponsor me for a while, but they didn't.
Well,
So,
it looks
yeah,
like
those were the
We've got
lowlights.
one more to say hello to you next.
Oh, listen, you bad boy.
It's funny you should say it like that, especially since today was the day when I saw that you were going to be on this evening, and I went into the links section of our playout software and found Charles Parody 2.
You did not.
Oh, I did.
Charles,
So
Well, let's tell Gino what that was about. Just tell him the backstory.
I shouldn't have to because he's actually on it.
Oh, no way.
He says 2 words in it at some point, if I recall correctly.
I can't remember.
Because it was to the tune of The Clash, Should I Stay or Should I Go? And the song was I'm Addicted to Your Show.
It was a parody version for Charles' radio show that he asked me to write something for him. And I wrote this. This was one of them. Yeah.
And
my
with
goodness.
a little more presence of mind and time today, I would have sent the audio to Gino so that he could have played it out now to embarrass both of us.
I was wondering if Gary got hold of it.
What
he
part
would-
of me
he
is
would
I
have jumped on
remember
Fortunately not.
you were always Charles Leslie, you bad boy. Remember
And
that?
that's why when I was on the stream earlier on my own phone, I said QNCB, which only you would have gotten.
Quickie Niqui Cloete-Barrass.
Correct. But while we're here, I don't know if you've spoken about your friend Natalie at all. And the evening that she
Not
and
yet,
I both came to cook supper at your house, we were allowed to make ostrich because, ostrich grows on ostrich trees in Oudtshoorn.
That is right. I was so full of nonsense then, eh? Wow.
And if she weren't more technologically challenged, I would have gotten Martelise Colver to join us as well for a quick reunion of the terrible trio that terrorized Algoa FM for a few years.
Pop. Her name was Pop, and she was
Correct.
a most incredible influence as well. She put me on the PE stage for the very first show ever. We did Worm in the Bud together. She phoned me for coffee, and as you know, you don't say no to her. She said, you will be having coffee with me and you will be doing this show and we did it. And it was at the beginning of a wonderful friendship as well. But Charles, you were the reason that I started working at Algoa FM. You were the one that told me about the job and told me what to say in the interview.
Yeah, there was a fateful Warmer Park Spur lunch.
I remember it so clearly. And I was in such awe of you because you're so famous and everybody knows you. And I was new to PE, and here you were.
Love it.
I was at the Spur with Charles Leslie from the radio.
And as I may have said to you in that meeting, I've made all 3 of the last 3 people in this role cry. I'm fairly sure I can't make you cry. Please won't you apply for the job?
Yes, and you never did make me cry. The only time you made me cry was when you wouldn't be my boyfriend.
You see, but also at round about the same time that your now husband became your housemate, you and I went to a fateful Rodriguez concert at the MMM Lope's Auditorium over the road from the boardwalk, where I famously... Well, I remember all the bits, sadly, including but not limited to you driving my newly leather upholstered 2-liter fuel-injected CD 16-valve Opel Astra because I was no longer a good candidate for that for a variety of reasons.
No, you were not. I think you slept on top of me that evening and not in a sexual way.
Correct. But not after you had dropped me at your place and gone back to the concert.
Oh,
you
yeah.
brazen hussy.
I did, yes.
Because Dion was more an option than a imperative at that
He didn't
stage.
know he was an option. Yeah, he didn't know he was an option. That was before I saw him in his running shorts, remember?
Fair enough. I do, however, remember, and you're going to have to forgive me now. You and he watched a video of one of your performances, and you were quick to caution him and remind him that the camera adds 5 kilograms. To which his very witty response was, "How many cameras were on you?"
I remember that so clearly. Oh, sure. You know what? When I see you, I hear the soundtrack to Evita. And I remember those drives. You and I used to drive along the beachfront around the Noordhoek thing and play those songs full volume. And just we didn't say a word to each other, but we would drive for hours and hours listening to that soundtrack. Do you remember that?
Yeah, especially after Mark Elise deserted us both.
Yes. Oh, we were so sad. The cow.
Anyway.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Charles has dropped in, I don't know how many people, and he's always spot on the money every time. Charles, you're a legend.
Yeah,
You're bad boy.
I may have lost my mind, but my memory, sadly, is still intact.
Yes.
And you bitches better hope I never write a book.
Oh, shit. I know it's coming.
No, go. Do it, Charles. We're waiting. Thank you, Charles.
Oh,
Thank you, Charles. You can go back to your wine now.
Tequila,
I
it's Tuesday.
love
He's like, dude. Bye.
Tequila. Love you.
Oh, Charles.
Oh, what a memory.
Fantastic.
This is such a cool show. I'm never leaving.
Okay. No, we have to go now, you know.
No.
We can't stay all night.
I'm
We
not
got the
going
competition
anywhere.
on.
You can't make me.
Okay. Niqui Cloete-Barrass, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, and I'm so
what a
glad
pleasure.
we got your mates on. That was kind of a last-minute thing we managed to get right, so we're very happy to do all of
You
them.
really
Thank
got
you
it
all.
right, too.
We did. So I hope it's cheered you up a bit and got you out of your COVID mess.
Oh, so much. So much so. Guys, this is the most amazing show, Gino, and you do such awesome work. I've told you this before, and I'll tell you again. You put such happiness into the world.
I'm glad.
And you've made me so happy tonight. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Excellent. I'm super happy myself. Thank you, Niqui. You're an absolute, and I love you. And it's been such a history, you and I together as well. And you're
Indeed.
Really, you're the best. And we'll have to do a show together at some stage. See, somebody said do a show,
please.
and we've been talking about that for
Gary's
ages.
listening.
I know.
I hope he's listening. Gary, are you listening?
I'm sure. His cogs are turning. Don't worry, they'll be turning.
I hope so.
Niqui.
Love you,
So
Gino.
Leanne, thank you to Leanne as well, saying our favorite entertainer. Look, we're the favorite ones. There we go. Niqui, thank you to Niqui for coming on. Absolutely fantastic to have her on, and always a bundle of laughs and a bundle of energy. Now it's competition time for the end of the show. Thank you to Spar, and thank you to Fitch Leedes, of course, and of course Amubia, our internet provider. Right, so we got a competition on with you're obviously not allowed to win it if you've won it before. But we've got a case of Fitch Leedes. A case of Fitch Leedes will come to the person that puts in the name of the song and the name of the artist in the comment. In one comment, I want the name of the artist and the song. And the first one to get that is going to win the Fitch Leedes. I'm going to play the song on the drums. And I'm going to switch now to my drum cam. The drum cam. Let's see what we've got here. Here we go. We're in. All right. And all right. So the name of the artist and the name of the song. First one gets the Fitch Leedes. switch the camera. There we go. Nice. We go. Do it. Show's over and it's time to say goodbye. You pour yourself a whiskey and all right, keep me in. Thank you very much to everybody who's joined us tonight. Thank you to our special guest, Niqui Cloete-Barrass. She was amazing, and all her friends for coming on as well. Jonty Lowe, you are the winner. Jonty Lowe, you're getting a Fitch Leedes coming to you like a freight train. Wow! I'll get all of you afterwards. Thank you to Spar. Thank you, Spar. Fitch Leedes and Amobia. Woo! So, Jonty Lowe, you're getting the prize. Too quick on the mark. Sorry about that, Viv. Maybe next time. I hope you got a face that's steaming. I hope you got a tank with me. Thank you, Fitch Leedes, Spar, and Amobia. We'll see you on Saturday. Well, we've got East London Saturday. Don't forget about my show. Friday and Saturday, East London. Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino's shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.